purchasing beauty products was not that great of an experience. I can remember when I was looking for makeup for my skin, and I had been using an organic makeup that I was getting from a very expensive grocery store. I didn't feel comfortable, like I had an opportunity to ask any questions about the product. And when I finally did get to a consultant and ask them, what's in this lipstick, what's in this, they really didn't know. So when it came to my hair, that was even harder. I would go into the beauty supply, and as you know, it's just aisles and aisles and aisles of product. But what I didn't know, what was right for my natural hair. And again, I was faced with the same dilemma. Who can I ask? Nobody really knew anything about these products. They were just selling them. It wasn't a great experience, not being able to get the right amount of information from the people who I was buying them, of great products that have been proven to really
us in accepting who we are. But okay, so now this person right here, Tarika Brown.
All right.
Okay. Mary J. and Jada Pickett Smith. So
Okay.
giving all of you honor.
Awesome. Awesome. So, how about you, Charla? Who do you have as your honorable mention on your list?
So I too did Salone, who is the beginning of Madam C.J. Walker, but she's always in the background because they tell Madam C.J. Walker's story first. Definitely a pioneer with products and hair care products. So I have her as on my honorable mention list. And I kind of took mine by age, by time period. So, and then I did one of my...
Both of you for coming up with that list. I don't have one. My role in this, I'll have the official list that came from the article, which was the brainchild for this whole topic today.
Madam C.J. Walker. And I chose her because she is the foundation of how we are based on her designs and her knowledge. So I had to give her some homage. So she is, as the great grandmother of beauty, Madam C.J. Walker. And I know a lot of times the way we define beauty is in different ways because it's from your perspective and from your eyes. But I'm looking at people that really made a difference in the beauty industry as we know it and globally. So C.J. Walker is my number 5, and that's my why.
Okay. I don't think we can go wrong with Miss Walker. She kind of laid the groundwork for everybody, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, Morale, tell us your number 5 and why.
Well, and let me again just say that coming from a business aspect, I chose Kamala Jones, Salone Studio Suites, right here in North Georgia, and seeing how this industry has definitely evolved. You know, she was the first African American woman to start a brand of salon suites, and to truly, see someone step out on faith, walk behind and gave us the blueprint. Having salon suites truly gave us at a level where we were able to build our business, build a brand. And so, you can invest, a small amount and actually, have your own brand. And so I was truly excited to come from an open salon that was Black owned, but then to step into a salon suite and to have someone to hold my hand and say, you know what, let me show you and teach you, in what ownership looks like. And so, you know, that was the first walk of ownership for me. And saw many brands of Salon Suites being created after her being the first.
Okay. So we got a business pioneer and and well, two business pioneers
Yeah,
to kind
because
of kick it
Madam
off,
CK
right?
is a business partner. Yeah.
Black images on
Yeah.
any kind of national publications or in any kind of national spotlight. So her name is Danielle Luna. She was a supermodel. So
Awesome.
that is their number 5th pick. So we're gonna go back the other way.
John Imrock, okay, founder. Now, in that sector of the beauty industry, we, you know, never truly had our own brand of hair, that the hairline. He created, developed a membership for professionals and definitely included us, professional stylists, in the process of it. So I definitely thank you for that.
All right, very nice. Another entrepreneur who's breaking ground as far as getting major investments from the a part of the sector or part of the community that we have traditionally been locked out of. So
Absolutely.
that's awesome. And getting, you know, hair extension and weave is, like you said, is a major business. So, you know, kudos to him for
Yeah.
you know, putting that together and organize that. Sometimes it's not a matter of being the first one to think of it. I'm pretty sure other people have wanted to do what he's done, but he's been able to
Yeah.
make that happen. And you got to give a lot of props for that. So kudos to, his name is Deshaun.
Yes.
Deshaun, kudos to Deshaun for that. So we're going to go to number 4 for Charla. And let's see, tell us who you got and why you picked him.
So I have Pam Grier.
Pam.
And
All right.
I picked Pam Grier because she changed the face of the actresses that we had already seen. So we had seen a Cicely Hole in 60s and 70s as for that time. And so I got to give Pam her props. That's my number 4.
That's awesome.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Pam Grier. She did bring, you know, before then, you know, all the, like
That's
you
kind of
said,
disruptive.
the everyday
She
black woman.
disrupted the
She
industry.
did.
That's right.
Yeah. So we
All
can
right.
have our afros and still be bomb with
That's,
Pam.
absolutely. So, according to Birdie, their number one, not number one, I'm sorry. Their number 4 pick, I keep wanting to say number 1. Their number 4 pick was someone who you just mentioned, actually, and that was Dorothy Dandridge. And
Oh, wow.
she's a
Cool.
beautiful lady. And
Beautiful.
the thing about her
Yeah.
is that she was one of the first black entertainers to be nominated for Academy Award for Best Actress. Back in those
Wow.
days, very few women of color were even on film. So the fact
right.
that she was able to not only get on film, but get to a point where she got recognized by the general
Absolutely.
community as far as film and television is a tribute to how she had to be as an actress. You know, back in the day, they used to say,
Yeah.
you know, we couldn't afford to be just average. We had to be
No.
spectacular.
Right.
Right.
That's
So,
right.
That's right.
you know, whatever they did, we had to do twice and 3 times as much.
Absolutely.
So,
For
indeed,
sure.
Dorothy Dancer was a beautiful woman, very talented, multi-talented, sing, dance, act. So she did the whole shebang. So,
Wow. Yeah.
you know, she wasn't a one-hit wonder, you know, like it was pretty common in her day, which actually a lot of people did that. But, you know, she did it to a very, very high level. And, you know, she was widely loved by people in the community. So that's what the number 4 pick for Birdie was. So we're going to go
Isn't
back.
it awesome?
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
No,
Well, just
it
to see
is.
the evolution as where we're going. You know what I mean? To see that
Yeah.
like she was so she was simply gorgeous, but just simple. She
Yeah.
wasn't overdone. You know, it
Right.
wasn't too much. And so you'll see the evolution now as we go. So that's why I did kind of did time periods too.
That's a pretty good point that you make, because you
Right.
know you're right. You know, you think about some of the people who consider the top, beauty people for today's time, and see how they were, back then. Like you said, if you compare a Dorothy Dandridge to her, like off the
Yeah.
top of my head, who does she kind of remind you of? Anybody today?
Holly
Anybody?
Berry.
Halle Berry,
Yes, she
right?
does. I was
Holly
thinking that.
Berry.
Yeah, you think her?
Very
You think
tall.
Halle Berry, which is
Yeah,
ironic.
Yes,
Holly
I was
Berry was on
thinking.
my honorable mention.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about her, and now that I think about
Yeah.
it, I do actually have a couple of honorable mentions, and I'll mention one right now. And these are people may not necessarily consider super duper beautiful, but to me, a lot of women were copying their style. And one
Okay.
is, I would say, Toni Braxton.
Yes.
Oh, oh my
Yep.
God, yes, yes,
And Neil Long.
Toni
yes.
Braxton, Lil Long, yeah. They're almost in
Yes,
the same
yes.
boat.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even before that, though, I would have to, and I was have to give my mom credit for this, and this would be Anita Baker, because everybody had that
Absolutely.
Anita Baker hairstyle, right?
Yes,
Had
they
it. You
did.
were known for it. It was,
Yeah,
Yes.
and it had to be tight.
Yes.
had to be
It
tight.
had to be.
Had to be
It had
tight.
to be. Absolutely.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
so that's
Cool.
that was our number 4, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Tell you what, we're gonna stay with you, Charla,
Okay.
and tell us your number 3 person on the list.
My number 3 person took me into the 80s and 90s, and I'm going to have to go with Janet Jackson. Because Janet was
Okay.
just the symbol of who we were for that particular time. Everybody wanted to do the Janet Jackson move. Everybody had
Must.
that key with the earring hanging. I mean, with the key hanging. Her
Yes.
styles, and she was really for that era all we had. As
Yes.
Michael Jackson and his baby sister, we had to just accept Janet. But Janet has grown up and just she's a phenomenal. I just saw her last weekend actually at the Jazz Festival in Cincinnati. And when I tell you she's
Beautiful.
still a bad mama jamma, she's a bad
I
mama
know
jamma.
who is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I gotta give Janet my number 3 spot.
She's absolutely beautiful.
Yes. And we defined a lot off of Janet.
Yeah,
So
Janet
yeah.
is an icon for sure.
Yes.
Period.
Yes, she is.
Period.
She's one of, especially in that 80s, 90s era,
That's
she's
what.
one
Yep.
of the
Yes.
She's
few
my 80s,
mega
90s baby.
superstars we had at that time.
Yes, for
So
sure.
I can totally understand that. So Janet number 3. Wow, so you've already
Yep.
named some high powers. So I don't
That's
Yes,
know
she
my
is.
3.
who you have left.
I'm going for the gold. I'm going for the gold. I got the platinum and the diamond left.
All right, Morale. So it's your turn. Tell us your number 3 and tell us why you chose them.
Okay, I chose influence hair care brand. Now, I may be someone that could be a little biased. I absolutely love this brand, but now let me just tell you why. This is the first brand that was very, when it comes to them creating a product for the professionals, and they created a line that they were not going, that was strictly for, was for the professionals to use, and they didn't sell out. A lot of brands they created, for the professionals, but then they sell it. It's sold to someone else. You see it inside the beauty supply stores. And so to keep the integrity of that brand, Mr. Rudy Artist is a founder of that brand. And let me just tell you just what was just mind blowing to me. He actually went into, and it's actually on YouTube, he actually went into the beauty supply store with a box and took his products off of their shelf. So if that is not boss, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
the courage to go in and say, oh no, this does not belong here. I'm taking
Belong
it. You are
here.
not
Yeah.
authorized. you know, and
Yeah.
to retrieve it and to walk out the door, I, hats off to you. You know, so
He's my
Mr. Rudy
friend.
Barnes, you did that. No,
Yes,
absolutely,
he
he
did.
did that.
Yes, he did. He did.
All right.
That's a
So we
true
got
story
someone
too.
who stood up to
Yeah.
the pressures of, uh, you know, making sure he served his clientele and not.
Yeah.
I hate to say the word sell out, but try to.
We understand. We understand.
It's not sold out. It's like it's more like trying to cross over in a sense, right? Get more
Sold over.
commercialized.
Yeah.
Sold out.
Sold over. I call it
Sold
sold
over.
over.
Okay.
But he did.
So he stays true to his identity, serving,
Right.
you know, the community, and from a professional perspective,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
not just trying to go all commercial and make as much money as possible.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
He's an awesome person too. Rudy is an awesome person.
And what's his
Isn't
name again?
he? Beautiful spirit.
Yeah, awesome person.
And what's
Yeah.
his left full name?
That's the Rudolph Artist.
Rudolph
Yes.
That's his name, Rudolph
Okay.
Artist.
There
That's
we
the
go.
only other brand that I use besides my hydrology brand.
All right
It's Rudolph.
now. All right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
All right, so
Use
for
his
those who
colors.
don't know,
Awesome.
you need to go look up Rudolph Artist.
Influence. Yep.
Influence. That's right.
Influence.
Hair care. Yes.
Okay.
My people.
I think we all very familiar with. And I tell you, just to give you a hint, Fred G. Sanford used to love her.
Lena Horne or somebody.
So
Who was it?
none other than Miss Lena Horne.
Yeah, Lena Horne.
I can. That's the main thing I remember about her. Watching Fred G. Sanford, he used to love some Lena Horne.
Love
Yes,
Lena
he
Horne.
did.
He did.
And you know, Lena Horne in her own right, you know, was very accomplished, you know, artist. And she won Grammys. And you know, she was also known to be a very beautiful woman at the time. You know, at that time, if you were kind of mixed or look mixed, you know, everyone
Just a
wanted you,
little
right?
Passing. You gotta be
I don't know her.
able to pass
I don't know
a
her
little
full
bit.
Just a little
racial
bit.
background, but
Yeah.
you know, that kind of style was the kind of style for sure. Not just take anything away from her beauty, but that's the kind of style that a lot of mainstream media wanted to push.
Absolutely.
And even black people, you know, they felt if they would put someone out to represent them, they wanted someone, you know, fairer skin, straighter hair. And that's just what's the sign at the time, because, you know,
Yeah.
the larger culture will give you more opportunities if you look like that
Right.
versus
That's
not
right.
looking like that. So it's
If
not
you
a
could-
knock on Lena or anybody, you know, of that complexion. You know, that's just kind of how it was, right? And that doesn't mean that the people who weren't that complexion, you know, weren't just as beautiful or possibly even
Right.
more beautiful. It's just, it wasn't as commercial, meaning, you know, you
That's
right.
couldn't get paid as much with it, right?
That's right.
So-
Exactly.
Or seen or noticed,
Yeah,
which is how
seen
you get
or
paid.
noticed.
Yeah.
Which has nothing to
Yeah.
do
That's right.
with how beautiful someone is, just because
That's right.
they can monetize it, right? And she was more monetizable at that time, and that's what it means. But even with
Yeah.
that being said, she's still a beautiful woman, and she served
Yes, he is.
people of color well as an ambassador for showing intelligence, showing kindness, and being a talented person. So she represented well in her role as a you know, artist and being a representative for people of color. So that was
Yeah.
number 3.
Yes.
So we're gonna go
Okay.
back to you, Morale, for your number 2 choice, and
Let's
tell
see
us
if we're gonna
who
get
you
it.
chose as your number 2.
Well, this person right here created and developed right here in the ATL. Okay, none other than Nathaniel Broner. Oh my God,
Oh.
Oh,
Broner
wow.
Brothers, I have to give it to you. Yes,
give it
and
up.
so when
Got to give it up to Nathaniel Broner. He
you
definitely
have
innovative.
to, You have to. The hair show. When I tell you, people
Like
travel
no
from
other.
all
Yes,
over.
indeed.
You know, just to
Facts.
come right here to Georgia, right in downtown, to be a part of. To he created a platform for us to be able to come in and teach, for us to have a
Yeah.
stage and to show what was trending, to lead into, and then from that created also too their own brand of products. That boy back in the 80s, oh my God. I mean, like, you had it in the cabinet. I
Yeah,
guarantee
all of
you
them.
did.
Carefree curl, you
Yeah,
had it.
Bronner Brother.
Who didn't
They
have one?
made their
Yeah.
name in relaxers and stuff, right?
No,
That, but the
actually,
hair show made their name. They
Hmm.
had a product, but they blew up when they started doing that hair show. It was five of
absolutely.
them that came together. I know that story of the
Hmm.
five of them
Yeah.
that came together to create the Bronner Brothers. So that if you ever get a chance to go, it'll be aisleways, and each aisleway will be the name of one of the founding members of the Bronner Brothers.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Design McBride, Cornell McBride Sr. was on
Yes.
Oh
that
wow. I
founding
didn't know
one of the
that.
founding members as well. Yes.
So they spawned
Yes.
off other brands as well.
Oh,
Oh gosh,
absolutely.
all of them. It's many
Right.
brands
That,
spawned out
right.
of that. Hmm.
But much more so, created the platform for us to be able to get, on
Educate.
stage
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
absolutely,
Hmm.
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Oh,
I
that's pretty
think
awesome.
everybody's first show was the Bronner Brothers that they did
Was
major. I used to own a cosmetic line, and I was one of the first. I know you heard of Vivanti Cosmetics.
yes,
We were the
yes.
first two cosmetic lines on that Bronner Brothers floor, and I did
Oh,
eyebrows and cosmetics on the
oh, that
floor
is
there.
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
I love. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. A lot of
Oh,
history.
that's awesome.
yes,
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
an excellent choice. I don't think
yeah.
anybody can be against Bronner, Nathaniel Broner.
Can't do it.
Like it's
Can't do it.
internationally
Good
known
one.
not
Good
at all.
for
one.
those crazy hair shows, especially.
But for the
Yeah,
whole music industry as well, what they're wearing now, everybody's wearing a bodysuit.
absolutely.
Everybody's super sexy, and everybody's dancing and moving. So
Yeah,
I gotta give it. And not only was she iconic that way, but in the fashion industry, in
yeah,
the commercials for Revlon, for what I'm not sure which other, but a whole bunch of brands.
yes.
I think she laid it down, and she's a billionaire. You just can't really even.
No, you
You gotta
can't.
go and give
You
her
can't.
props in all
You
ways, as
can't.
far as yeah, business and beauty.
Yeah, so
So
she's
Yeah,
Beyonce's my number two.
that's an excellent one. Now I would say
Hmm.
for this generation for sure, I think she may be the biggest influence as far
oh,
as,
for sure,
like you
Yeah, yeah,
said,
they don't.
uh,
Yeah,
for
especially the
sure.
hair. I don't know
yes,
what women. I know women were doing weaves and extensions before, but
Yeah,
the popularity of it and wearing it down to,
very.
like,
She made
I
it
don't.
acceptable.
Yeah, she made it acceptable. Like that was used to be the realm of the superstars and the movie
period.
Right.
stars. But
Yes,
after Beyonce, I think every black woman has at least tried it, and especially long and blonde and different colors.
blonde.
So
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Hmm.
and she has
I never
definitely
saw so
popularized
much
that look.
blonde
Yeah,
until
yeah,
Beyonce.
right.
Yeah, Beyonce
right.
blonded it out. She made it okay.
And you
Yeah,
know
And
she
the
you got to
did.
curves,
be
curves too, and the
and
curves. Her
curvy. Yeah,
curvy,
all of
ankle
that
curvy.
with curves. So I
Right,
agree.
It came in. Yeah. So she
right.
definitely. I gotta give it to her. This
I would
my
agree.
number one's gonna blow y'all's mind. Y'all ain't gonna believe my number one. Y'all ain't gonna believe it.
So according to Birdie, their number two person is a person who had a
Mhm.
lot of influence on the industry as well,
All right.
and this was an artist, and this is Billie Holiday.
Billie yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
her and
So
Josephine Baker, that era was amazing.
Billie Holiday,
Yes.
Lady Sings the Blues. I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
her different nicknames. Lady
Yeah,
Blue, I think.
she had a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, she had a lot, and she's primarily known as a jazz singer. She
Mm-hmm.
you know was internationally known, worldwide, very
Yes.
Hmm.
famous, and of course, she's kind of been made famous through dozens of movies about her,
Yes. Hmm.
people portraying her, and also the fact that she had such a troubled life on top of that. So,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
we all know about her and her very unique singing style. And
Yes.
in her day, she was one of the top, women of color in media that was. So she,
Right.
Absolutely.
since you only had one or two, all the women saw her and were trying to replicate what she's doing, trying to be
Yes.
like
Yes.
her, have
Yes.
her style.
Everybody.
That
Yeah.
fly on the side.
Yep. Yep. Minnie Riperton, everybody. It was so many
So,
that
yeah,
came up behind her. Hmm.
absolutely.
Yes.
One of the,
Yeah.
if not the original, at least musical diva.
And
So,
my grandmother was in her era. Her name is Flo DeKine, Flo Garvin. You can Google her, but she
mhm.
was the first Black woman to have her own jazz television show.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
And so,
wow.
yeah, so Flo Garvin, Flo DeKine, her music still plays and everything. So, yeah, that
Wow.
that era, she told us a lot about that era. So I got
Yes.
to witness a lot of stuff.
Oh, that's
Uh
pretty
huh.
cool.
That's
That's pretty
beautiful.
It's
No,
cool.
very
it is.
cool, super cool. Hmm.
So we're to that point now. We are down to
All
the number
right.
ones here. So we're
Yes.
gonna keep going to my left here. To my
All
left or
right.
right? Can't
I was gonna
tell.
say I don't know where that is from here. That you got point.
So we're
You're gonna have
going
to
with
point.
Morale.
Okay.
Morale. So Morale,
Yes.
tell us, who is your number one beauty
Oh,
icon, Black beauty icon for all time?
Well, let me just say that the hair oracle herself started, and I'm just going to pick the back
oh,
right off of her. Madam C.J. Walker. Yes,
yeah, yes,
is my number one. And, just as you stated, love, someone that truly defeated the odds in creating
yes.
and developing a business where people told her no,
Hmm.
and she fought it, in an era of time where men led. And, and she came out and she was just like, no, I'm going to perfect this. I'm going to make this mine. I'm going to create it. Let me also, too, step out. Let me educate, bring other women in. And so when I tell you that she truly is a self made, and that's the reason why she was the first Black millionaire. And so, I give you your flowers.
Yes, yes. She deserves it
Oh, that's awesome.
for
You
sure.
know what I like about her being on your number one is that she isn't your, someone you would just typically say is a beauty icon,
Beauty icon.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
but there's numerous ways to judge beauty. And
Hmm.
that's what I kind of like about being able to have these conversations.
I mean, so just truly excited to, just to see her in that space.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Truly excited, because during
Yes.
that time, how men, it didn't come easy for the woman to
No.
just kind of step in and say, okay, I'm gonna lead this, or I'm creating my own. They didn't do
Yes.
that.
And to create a factory was
Come
amazing.
on. No,
And
come on.
I'm from Indianapolis,
Oh,
and
wow.
I have had the pleasure of speaking and doing a lot of things at the Madam C.J. Walker building. As a matter of fact, her
Wow.
great great granddaughter, Alelia Bundles, had
Yes.
a best friend. And so I've had a few conversations with her and with
Wow.
her great grandson. Aaliyah has been into my salon at one time.
Oh
So I
wow,
just was
wow.
honored, to even have her come through. She wasn't getting her hair done. She was meeting one of her best friends was there, and she was
Yeah,
traveling through, and she stopped by to say hello. And so she had the book that was going to come out, and so she bought us a book. So yeah, that
that
was
is
just awesome.
absolutely beautiful.
Yes,
When I
yes.
actually watched the movie and to truly
Uh-huh.
see what they went through during that time period, but what I absolutely
Yes.
love is how they brought the women together.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I love how they mentioned Annie Malone in there as well, so that they
Yes,
can pay
yes,
homage to her, even though they put her in a different light than what
yes,
Aaliyah says in the book, but still they mentioned her because that's where Madam C.J. Walker got her start from. So I think that definitely
absolutely,
has to be mentioned.
absolutely.
But Madam just took it and built a whole factory off of that thing and
She did,
made
she
herself
did,
into a billionaire. So you
Yeah,
can't be
she.
did.
mad. You can't be mad. It's a
Yeah, I
Burger
think
King across the street from McDonald's.
the the
Okay.
the thing that kind of makes it, really interesting that after she kind of built her empire, when was the next black empire for beauty built? It was like decades later.
Bronner,
Yes,
Um,
the Bronners back in the 70s. It wasn't.
yeah.
It wasn't any.
absolutely,
There weren't
absolutely.
any. Dudley and
Not at all.
McBride and Bronner.
So
Mm-hmm.
it took
Yes.
over
Absolutely.
50 years for people to get
Yes.
to that level after she had done it in the
Absolutely.
early 1900s.
Er, you hear me? She was a
Yeah.
bad mama jamma.
Yes, it
I had
was.
to make her 5 though. So 1 and 5, we still got her in there both ways. So that's
She
good.
in there.
We had to,
Yeah.
had to.
She's
So
she's a
far,
two-way icon. She's the only
she's
one that got two.
yeah. That's what I was about to say. She's the only one that made 2 lists, and
Yeah,
deservedly
that's
so.
what's up.
Deservedly so.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So I think we're back to you, Charla, for your number one.
Yes, we
So
are.
tell us, who is your number one person
My
of
number one
influence?
person that I have to call is gotta be Oprah Winfrey. And people
Yes.
do not look at Oprah on the beauty sector, but I'm gonna tell you a fun fact, and I didn't even have to look this up because I knew this. Oprah has been on the cover of a magazine more than anybody else on earth because she was smart enough and knew who she was enough to only put herself on the cover of the number one
Right.
sold magazine in the world. So Oprah changed. And I was asking my husband when we were kind of talking about it. He was like, Oprah? He said, you know what? My problem is I just see her as Sophia in The Color Purple. And so my brain,
Okay.
I see, he said, but when you put her on the cover, it changes everything.
I guess
So Oprah's
if you if you say it like that, compare her to Beyonce. That'd
That,
be.
right.
yeah, yeah. But see, she redefined how we were able to even look at beauty by putting
No,
herself
she did.
on. She
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 did.
was heavier. She was a heavier lady. She
Yes.
was darker complexion. But
Yes.
she defined beauty for so many other people. She defined
Absolutely.
business. She defined all of that. So I
Yeah.
gotta,
The
and she's a
confidence.
billionaire. It
Yes.
ain't many
Yes.
black female billionaires. So if Madam C.J. Walker was the first millionaire, Oprah was one of the first black female billionaires.
To
So I
me,
got
Absolutely.
I got I got to give her that.
I think to me,
Absolutely.
That's
one of the things that make her so beautiful is, not only she is a beautiful woman,
mhm
um,
mhm.
and she's been able to be beautiful no matter what size she is, because she admitted she's
Yes.
That's right.
struggled with her different sizes, and no
That's
matter
Yes.
right.
what, she stayed beautiful. And on top
Yes.
of that, but even deeper than that, I think the thing for me that makes her really attractive is she has a really good spirit. It seems.
Yes.
Mhm. Giver. She's a
She
giver.
Yes, she's a giver. Of course, we know that.
Very
We see
relatable.
That
examples
bread
of
you can
that
give
on her
off.
show.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
But those other softer qualities, seems she's very smart. She's intuitive. She's spiritual.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
Yes.
she has a sense of responsibility for those who have
That's right.
less. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
all those are beautiful qualities. And
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I try to. I know when I talk to people, especially younger women, I try to let them know
Mhm.
that physical beauty is just one aspect, and it's
Yeah.
a fleeting aspect. So,
Yeah.
the more you can develop
They better
your more
know.
rounded version of beauty.
That's right.
And
That's
guys appreciate that.
Yes,
And
yes.
I know people think we're all about just the curves and,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and
Fronts
all
and
the
backs.
all the stuff you see. Yeah, the fronts and the backs. I was trying to find a good way to say that.
Yeah,
But
I politically corrected it for us.
we like substance. We like someone who's cool, intelligent, got our back, kind,
Yeah,
understanding. All those qualities that make being with somebody easy.
That's right.
Guys can
Yeah.
really appreciate that.
yeah.
yes.
If you have all those qualities, but you hard to deal with,
It don't matter how cute you are.
you ain't gonna look that cute after about a
Your
week or
cute
two.
just got ugly.
After they get
It just
used to
got
it.
ugly.
Right, right.
Yeah, it got ugly.
I think this person will kind of help round this off because this is a different person. And again,
Okay.
this was chosen by Birdie. And their number one person is anybody want to take a guess before we go there?
Oh wow.
Number
be a
one
number of people.
person,
Yeah.
and they're African American, black woman,
Black woman.
Josephine Baker.
The
Something
answer
like that.
is
Somebody older.
Josephine Baker.
Oh man! Oh look! Oh, that is her.
That's her.
Because of her global influence. I was in Paris.
Yeah, Josephine
I was
Baker.
just in Paris.
Wow.
Yeah, she's everywhere.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
She's one of the
She's
first
everywhere in Europe.
African Americans to appear on screen.
Wow,
on the movie
I
screen.
didn't know that.
So she was
Wow.
the first African American movie star, basically.
Wow.
And she was international, just like you said. She was
she
known
was everywhere.
as a triple threat. She looked good. She can dance. She sang. She did it all. And
Wow.
hear anything in the States.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we've seen that on her.
She
Rihanna.
looks just like Maya. I was
thinking the exact same thing.
Maya. I was
Maya?
thinking Maya, the actress. She looks just like her to me.
Really?
I think she could play it. Yep.
I was thinking Rihanna off the top.
Yeah.
To her and that Rihanna, they seem very similar to me.
But
you said
Maya's
Maya?
acting. Yep.
What's her last name?
Check her out. She just goes by Maya in the music industry.
Oh, she's an artist. Oh, I heard
Yeah.
of Maya.
Okay.
She's played in a few things already.
Oh, yeah,
Look her
Maya.
up.
I remember Maya.
She got that
Light-skinned
little
lady,
oval
right?
head and everything. Yep. She
Yeah,
looks like
okay. She do kind of look like Josephine Baker, actually.
casting
Especially
wise, and she
in this
can
picture right
sing
here.
and she can dance. Yep, she can sing, she can dance.
Yeah.
She can
Okay.
act.
She kind of looks like her.
Yeah, I think she can pull it off. I can see
she's-
Rihanna too, though.
Oh yeah. I can see it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think for these younger ladies, Rihanna would do it. Rihanna would be.
Oh, they
good.
would.
When just this past,
I know Maya. She was out in the '90s when we was out when I
Yeah.
was out there doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't it? When
Yeah.
I was in Paris in November, my glasses are going crazy, fogging up. When I was in Paris in November, one of my dads and for my grandmother singing, one of his bandmates, my dad was Marvin Gaye's drummer, and his father was B.B. King's composer. So one of the singers that used to sing with them was in Paris, and she was singing over there doing some Josephine Baker stuff and
Wow.
all of that. And so she gave me a whole little. We had to take a $200 cab to get to where she was at, but we
Oh
went
my God.
because it was that important to me to see her, and because I hadn't seen
Yes.
her, and my dad passed, but I got to sing too on stage with her, so
Yeah.
we had. It
All
was just a
right.
good
I didn't know you were a
experience.
singer.
Right.
I can, but I'm not.
Okay.
But Josephine Baker was represented so much over
Yes.
in Europe. It was amazing to see the stories of her. And in our room, there were pictures of her at the
Wow.
hotels. And yeah, so they adored Josephine Baker in Paris when I was there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Josephine ended up going to Paris, and then she moved to one of the countryside areas in France. So she had a big
Yes.
house and adopted a whole bunch of kids of
Yep.
all
Oh,
different
wow.
races. Um, and she basically, took care of all those different kids. She wanted to have a rainbow, I think.
Yeah,
And
she had it.
and she had it.
She had the whole rainbow. They
She
said
had the
that.
whole rainbows.
They
But
have a Black Paris tour that you can take when you go to Paris.
oh
It's
wow.
called Black Paris, and it'll take you to that place. It'll take you all through the Black influential Parisian influencers. So it
Hmm.
was it was
That's
nice.
amazing.
It was nice.
I can't
Yeah, it
believe
was amazing.
that's
It was
amazing.
amazing.
Oh
Yes, it
wow.
was.
So we got
hmm
Oprah Winfrey, Josephine
Oprah
Baker,
Winfrey, Josephine
and
Baker.
what's the other one? Oh,
Who was
Madam
our
C.J.
Madam C.J.
Walker.
Walker?
C.J.
That's
Walker.
Yeah,
right.
That is
She
a
was
heck
our
of a list.
double duty there.
right.
Yes,
That's a heck of a
yes.
number one.
hmm Yeah,
uh,
excellent.
so, what do you ladies think about our list today? Um,
I love it.
I did too. I
No,
did want to mention. Go ahead, Morel. I'm sorry.
well, no, just truly, I love the fact of how we touch business, the industry of it, and then you was very iconic, going
hmm
back to the very beginning. So I absolutely love your list.
Thank you. Thank you. I like yours too. You touched on some good stuff. You touched
Thank
on some
you.
good stuff. Great stuff. Look, you know when we were on the live, the puppy done got loose. He's crazy now.
now, what question did you want to ask?
I was gonna say if we, I love when we got to Dorothy Dandridge, how we could compare um, what we defined as beauty for that
Yeah,
time versus all the way to Beyonce and Oprah for this time,
that's right.
and how the evolution of beauty and what it
Yeah,
looks like and what it takes. I want us to still be able to go back to the simplicity of beauty,
Hmm.
so we don't feel
yeah.
so insecure without all the extra stuff that we have to do to assume
Hmm.
beauty. So
I
yeah.
I totally see your points. Because one of the
Yeah,
hmm
main things you can notice right off the bat, and this is not necessarily in any of the women or we mentioned today, but in the general population, you see a lot of women and with tattoos. You know,
yeah.
that
Yeah,
wasn't a big
yeah,
thing. In that era, getting a tattoo. So you'll notice a lot of tattoos. Um,
yep,
and of course, you have extensions and weaves and wigs. I think they've been wearing wigs for a while.
Hmm.
Uh, so that's in my head, and I think that things used to be considered show business. So it was more
yes,
acceptable
yes,
Yeah.
to have extensions and wigs, and that was part of acting,
absolutely.
right?
It
That was
wasn't
part
the
of
But it was
performing.
norm.
natural.
Yes,
It looked
Yeah,
natural.
yeah.
yes.
It did
It
look
now it
natural.
doesn't. It's
Yeah,
different. It's
now
different.
it's kind of
And we
like
got to
almost
touch
wearing a
on,
hat.
yeah,
Right.
and we got to touch on beauty with these bodies as well, with the implants, with the
Right.
breast
Right.
and behind implants. So a lot of things have evolved. Like women could just be kind of who they were with their natural shape. Now,
Yes.
in order to even get on TV, that's what I respect about Nia Long. That's what I respect about Gabrielle Union. That's what I respect about Jada Pinkett. That all of the
Yes.
ones that were allowed just their natural beauty to be the flow of who they were. All of these ladies, you don't see out there. They may have a wig and some eyelashes on now. You're gonna get them
But that's
eyelashes.
it. But natural.
But that's it. They weren't
Yeah.
doing breasts. They weren't doing behinds. They
Ask you a quick question, and this is so it's to mask what they think they look like. So you think
no.
I, well,
Or yeah, please excuse my dog. The happening of the situation. Make the kind of money that they want to make. I think that they have forced them almost, and I'm not saying nobody's holding a gun to your head, but if you want to be at the top of your game, you almost have to in today's society with what
yes.
people's idea of what beauty is, especially on a big screen or on television and music and even in social media these days, for them to be influencers.
Were the trendsetters of that. But now social media plays a major part in what is defined as beauty. And
Yes,
so
yes.
and it's the pressures behind that. It's the
Mm-hmm.
pressures behind that. And so, whereas before you may have had to travel to a whole different country to get the microblading. Now you could just go right up the street.
Just go around the
And
corner.
so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
accessible. It's accessible now and affordable, and so
Mm-hmm.
but now to Dion's, when he said, okay, are we masking? You know what? I,
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that we are,
I think so
because
too.
of social media, and what's defined as beauty, it kind of your confidence is attacked,
Absolutely, absolutely.
and so I think that's that fine line of masking. And but then again,
Mm-hmm.
it's accessible. You can go right up the street.
Yeah, and get it done. You can go wherever you can go anywhere you want to go and get it done these days.
So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yep.
if that's the case, if you think it's masking, then really, that same person who's under that mask, who they don't feel good about, is still there.
Right.
So
You'll never see them because it's
yeah.
an internal situation at this point.
That's what I was about to ask.
And so
What happens when that person has to be out? I guess they'd never let him out.
Well,
they let them out at home when they can be themselves. Probably, I'm sure wigs come off, the implants and all that can't come off, but a lot of stuff pops off. We take off eyelashes every night, and you got to undo. You
yes,
can't live like that all day.
but now,
Are you sure
you
about
still
that?
have that percentage that's
It
still
is what
high,
it is.
and so I'm truly, that's one of my passions and my causes is raising awareness surrounding that, actually.
Hmm.
That's
And
awesome.
so I
Awesome.
actually coined the terminology dysphoria, and that's exactly what that is.
So let me ask
Mm-hmm.
you, ladies. So how far have you think beauty has really changed? I mean, you know,
Wow.
from that era to today, are we allowed to wear natural hair in the movies? Um, yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, are they really? Um,
It's gonna be a natural hair piece a lot of times. Still,
yeah.
just because, but at least it represents the curls that we have now. It doesn't have to be long and blonde
Absolutely.
Right.
per se, but if you
Absolutely.
take a Nicki Minaj, changed the beauty industry as well, because they started Little Kim. You saw pink hair, blue hair, red hair.
Yep.
Right.
We never saw that.
Right.
And
That's
so
Right.
true.
that's another trendsetter for the industry, to where you can walk in with a blue wig and not be at a costume party, you know. So it's different.
So
It's just different.
so you can wear your hair now. Is it okay where you can have your actual skin tone, skin color? Because I
I
know
think so.
that was
I
part of
think
the
so.
battle
Yes.
that these earlier
That
women
has,
had to face. You
You
know,
saw that, didn't we?
being
They
light
were
enough.
all fair. Uh-huh.
yes.
Well,
That has
they
truly
might not
evolved.
even been all fair because the pictures they were taking, they light it so much they make you look lighter than you actually are, right? They make you put on
Very
more
true.
makeup
That's true.
to to
Yeah.
make you
Right.
look fairer than
Right.
you are. So
Yeah,
Right.
that's
that's
true.
the other part. Now at that time they didn't even have makeup for women of color, so they had to
No.
use what the white women were using.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
So they probably were lighter than what they actually were.
or darker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the makeup was lighter than what they needed, so they were
Oh yeah.
darker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they
I
were
believe
probably
that.
a little darker, if
Yeah.
not way darker, than
Right.
the actual pictures
I,
show.
I remember my mom going through, and me and my mom are about the same complexion, but I remember when coffee stockings came out. You remember that,
Oh my
Morel?
God.
When coffee
Yes.
colored stockings came out, that new that we used to have that was new for them was white. So even
Yes.
for
Wow.
them to get to show their legs in their real color, it was something. We didn't have nude undergarments for our
Right.
complexion. We
Wow.
had white and black. The end. They had nude.
That's
We
right.
never had anything that matched our complexions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's had to be a lot of evolution in everything, of course, but from the undergarments to the outer garments, we had to evolve. We had to evolve. Yes.
Well, ladies,
So yeah.
this has been a whole lot of fun. And I don't want to keep you
Yes.
here forever because we can start talking about these beauty issues and talk for 2 more
I
hours.
could go all night.
Yes, we
And
can. We
I,
can.
of course, would love to have you back to talk about some of these things. Now, we've already discussed some of the things that we kind of hint on, which was how social media is influencing beauty and, you know, wearing makeup and plastic surgery. I think that was our last topic, actually.
Yes,
Talked about
yes.
the BBLs. So,
Yes.
for those who want to check those out, you know, you can check those out on our YouTube page at Beauty Lifestyle Network and also on our website at beautylifestylenetwork.com. So we do this, we try to do it every Sunday on 7 p.m. And sometimes we have a little technical difficulties. So we appreciate you staying with us. Either way, we'll be back again the following Sunday to discuss a really cool topic. We invite you guys to join us. Like we said before, if you didn't agree with our list, tell us your list. Put it in the comment section.
Yeah.
Put it in Twitter, and we'll be happy to respond to those and kind of get your opinion about your list, and then we can kind of talk about you a little bit. No,
Yes,
just kidding.
yes.
Just a little fun. But again, thank you, ladies. Before we get out of here,
Yes, you can locate me on morellocane.com. Passion is connecting the beauty industry with the mental wellness industry. So definitely also too, coming this Wednesday, August 3rd, is the podcast Rooted. And so we have some amazing guests that's going to be on there. But join me live, okay, on Facebook and Instagram. And so I look forward to seeing you there on the 3rd podcast, Rooted at 12.
And I am Charla Saloane, known in the beauty industry as the Hair Oracle. I am the author of the Curly Girl Bible and founder of Hydrology Hair Care Products. And if you want to know all about your hair and you're trying to learn it for yourself, go to Do It Yourself or DIYHairSalon.com, DIYHairSalon.com, and take the quiz. A 30-year beauty industry, bringing all of our secrets and keys to help the consumer and the customer, the person that needs it the most. So I'm Charla Saloane, the Hair Oracle, on all social media platforms as the Hair Oracle or Charla Saloane.
all right. Well, thank you, Charlotte. We appreciate it, and thank you
You're
also,
welcome.
Morale, for participating
Yeah.
today. This was a lot of fun, and
Yeah,
we'll have you
it
back
was.
soon, and we'll discuss another great topic this evening. So again, my name is DIor. We're Beauty Lifestyle Network. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and do that. Also, check us out on Instagram and Twitter, and also Facebook. So that's at Beauty Lifestyle Network. And we'll see you next Sunday, 7 p.m. Thank you, guys. Good night.
All right,
Bye,
thanks for having
Charla.
us. Bye. Reach out
thank
to me, Morel. I'll reach out to you as well.
We'll do.
Beauty
Thank
Lifestyle
you.
Network is all about, a lot of times people want you to fit into a category of what they think beauty should be. They want you to have hair like this and say, hey, for however you want to do your beauty, we're here to help you with that. We're here to serve you with that. And, that is the best way to represent your authentic self. And that's what we really want to do. We want you to be authentically you. We want you to be proud of you. We want you to be accepting of you, and we want you to love yourself. And we want to let you know that we are here to help you on that journey.